You gotta put Dane come over. Yeah, you gotta come over a little bit, my dog. You gotta come over a little bit.
You need me to... You got it?
Let me see if I can push it back a little bit. Get us right. I mean, you all out the bitch, bro. There we go. Alright.
You need me to move over a little bit?
We good. Now I'm finna record. So for all of the people who's looking at this right now, the audio visual, this is the Avengers, man. Y'all getting a first-hand look at the Avengers podcast. That's also gonna be on the JKrewe version of Breath of Fresh Air album. If you don't get the JKrewe version of Breath of Fresh Air album, you're not gonna hear this podcast. I'm just letting you know now. For you and your mama in there, you're not gonna get or hear this podcast. I don't care, we cool, because I know how people go, man, you can't show that into me. Brother, show into that album, bro. You know what I'm saying? Show into that album.
Yes, sir. Go get it.
So, listen, the JKrewe version of Breath of Fresh Air will have this podcast, just to let you know, for you and your mom. Yo. Welcome back to Don't Take Wooden Nickels. Now, this Don't Take Wooden Nickels is a special edition. I'm going to tell you why. A couple reasons why. The first reason why, I got my brothers with me. We got the Avengers with me. And this is actually going to be the introduction Avengers podcast. We're going to talk more about that later. Just know this is the Avenger podcast. Now, you may ask yourself, who's the Avengers, right? Who's them dudes? Well, of course, me. I'm a part of the group. It's your brother Ewell. But who else? Who else on Avengers, man?
And that's that boy Bemmer.
Bemmer, the historian, part of the Avengers.
And Damon, millionaire introvert. Let's go.
Yeah. Part of the Avengers. So collectively, we call ourselves the Avengers. Now, this podcast is also special. The second part is because you're not going to hear this from Don't Take Wooden Nickels. I'm not going to upload this with the other episodes. Nope, not at all. I'm going to upload this with Breath of Fresh Air album, which is my EP that's coming out November the 1st, only on the JKrewe version. So I have different versions of this album. I have the Rapture Ready version. I have the version that's going to be in stores and streaming services everywhere. I have the Breath of Fresh Air podcast version, and I also have a personal version. Those 4 versions will all have different things on them. The only one that will not have something extra is the one that you can get from every streaming site. But in order to get the JKrewe version, this version you're hearing now, you're going to have to go through JKrewe website or my Bandcamp. All right? We'll talk about that more later. But let's talk about this specific special episode. All right? So, if you've been rocking with your boy, you know that the first episode I ever did was called Protect Your Integrity. And it was a special episode. Still getting hit up about this episode. And it was actually the pilot episode for His Insecurities. Well, fast forward, His Insecurities podcast didn't come out. God gave me Don't Take Wooden Nickels, unfortunately with the passing of my father. And the rest is history. However, Protect Your Integrity is still a major issue, even more so concerning the church. So I had to bring my brothers. I had to assemble up with the Avengers on this one and break this episode down. And the great thing about this episode, Protecting Your Integrity, is we're coming from the perspective of a married man in leadership. So how do you protect your integrity as a married man in leadership? Now, we've seen multiple cases of married men in leadership fail protecting their integrity. The most recent, no dissing to brother, no gossiping, right? It's John Gray. That's the most recent, right? And I'm sure they more recent than that. But how and what do you do, fellas? We gonna sound off to protect our integrity in leadership. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the church, because I know a lot of people just venture off into the church. You can, that's a great perspective, but it doesn't necessarily have to be church. Because let's talk about this thing too, since I'm here, especially when it comes to work, this work husband thing. This work husband thing.
We still talking about that?
We still talking about that in 22. In 2020, we still talking about the work husband. The reason being is because, think about this. You're working with someone 8 hours a day. Relationships are going to form. Regardless of how we try to swerve, regardless of how we try to move, you're going to be in areas where there's going to usually be the opposite sex, and relationships form from that. Now, depending how close you get to someone, they may get intimate or close enough to feel that you are a boyfriend. A lot of time, my work boyfriend, my work husband, I've heard all the titles. Now, let's be real. Let's chop it up. How do you protect your integrity concerning situations and scenarios like that? The work husband.
First off, I can't be nobody work husband. Period.
Nope, you ain't playing it.
Bruh. No, I mean, I don't have the capacity to be nobody else work husband. I'm a husband and a father. I no, we not about to do that.
You're not playing at all.
No. And see, I'm a vendor, so I don't work with the same people. I'm basically by myself. So any encounter with the opposite sex is in a store. You know what I'm saying? And so it's different stores. So I don't see the same people every day.
That's good.
But I mean,
You blessed them, bro.
But no, but they have the same females that work at those stores.
So you do,
right?
You do
so I do, and I strategically. I'm gonna say this again. I strategically always talk about my wife. You know what I'm saying, and how happy we are.
Yeah.
In our relationship.
That's good, bro.
And I do that so that they'll understand it. We can be cool, but understand, wifey is there. She's everything. No, I can't hang with you. We can't go nowhere. No, I can't give you no money because she control that too. All that. Like, wife come first. We cool. God bless you.
Right.
Amen. Praise God. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. I just, I love my wife too much. And let's just be real about it. If you out here, in these streets in 2020, you got Facebook, you got Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got talking about the iPhone, but you can track people with the iPhone.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Can,
like,
man.
So, and we talking about just the natural. How about the discernment your wife have? What people say naturally, intuition. That's what they'll say in the world. But the discernment that wives have, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you're dealing with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? That's real.
That's crazy. One thing they always say about the Holy Spirit, you can talk about the discernment. Holy Spirit is a straight up snitch. He will snitch on you quick.
Holy Spirit snitching, bro.
Yeah. He snitch. I remember one time I was just trying to plan a dinner for my wife. And she was like, "What you cooking?" And she was like, I said, "I ain't gonna tell you what I'm cooking. It's gonna be a surprise or whatever." So she was like, "I just prayed, asked the Holy Spirit what he's gonna cook." And she came up there and told me what I was cooking. I said, "Bro, snitching on me for the food, dog." So imagine if I'm out here in these streets doing something. What are you gonna talk?
Right.
Lips gonna be loose. Yeah. But the thing is, like you said, you have your relationship have to be strong with your spouse.
Yes.
First of all, because you with these other women or other men, like he said, 8 hours a day, and relationships are formed during that time. And then if you get home, you know, y'all all about the kids, you're all about taking care of the house, and you don't build that relationship with your spouse, it's easy for that outside influence to come in, whether you're a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, they giving you that attention that your spouse is not giving you. And that can lead into the work husband, work wife thing, which, you know, I don't condone at all either, because it puts you in, you know, a certain area that you don't want to be. Especially if you can get somebody and y'all spend time with each other 8 hours a day, you spending time with your spouse 1 hour a day, and you feeling attached more to that other person.
Right.
Because
that happens,
because
man.
you spending more time with them, even though it's on the job. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So that's real dangerous. If you feel that you starting to think about somebody all the time, that ain't good. Especially if it's somebody of the opposite sex, right? Somebody that you work with, you thinking about this person all the time. Like, look, you need to just cut all communications off, because it's about to get worse. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're thinking about them all the time. You're going to be thinking about, I wonder how they are this way and that way. Give me what I'm not giving, you know what I'm saying? And then
that's how initially goes, man.
Yeah.
It usually initially is innocent. It's never, well, I can't speak for everyone else, but it's never usually critical. Like, it never comes in, you never naturally come in and say, hey, yo, I'm finna cheat. Yeah. What happens is that the enemy is so sneaky, man. You didn't have to fight with your wife or something. And then this person that you're working with, you feel vulnerable with, because you're working 8 hours a day usually, sometimes longer if you got some OT or something, right? And then what happens is yo, you start to open up to this person. You start to let them know, hey, this is some issues that I'm battling with at home. And then that person may mask or act like the remedy for the solution, for the situation that you're battling at home. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I'm finna see what's up. So is you really have to communicate with your wife, number one. Yes. Then you always have to be mindful of who you opening up with, even when it comes to the work situation. You have to be mindful, especially when it's opposite sex. Be mindful of anybody, but especially with the opposite sex. Especially if you have an attraction. Yeah. Bro, let me tell you something. I can't speak for nobody else right now. But for me, if I'm attracted to someone, I'm not talking about any issues me and my wife having. To that person, she gonna think me and my wife are the perfect marriage in the world.
Amen.
Period.
You preaching, bro.
I don't care. I don't even care. She ain't gonna even think my wife breath stink. Okay. We just not gonna play with that, because what happens is that I'm not gonna give someone any type of ammunition to use against my wife, number one, but also use to come at me. And it may not be that. It may not be that situation. But what it may happen is it can become that.
Yeah, but you know what that is though? What you've been talking about all this time. You're honoring your wife. Yeah. What you're doing in that, you know, I second that. You're not gonna hear anything bad about my wife coming out my mouth to you. It's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You won't know if we are having an issue. You won't know we having it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We just, you know, it's just not like I'm not gonna give you that type of time.
That's
you know
crazy.
I'm just not. I'm not. But the thing about my wife and I is we've both been like that. Like, we would never give other people any information about each other that's negative. Simply because, even like with your family members, simply because you could be beefing with your wife or your husband, and your family members be beefing with them, and then you get back together, and they still on that type of time. Right. So absolutely. That works, you know, with the opposite, and they work with family and friends and all that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't give people that negative energy, because y'all married, man. That's a bond. You know, you're going to be mad at each other, you know, but you just don't give people that type of ammunition to put back on somebody that you know that you might come back and have that bond back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that. I agree with that. Let's pause it.
Get better.
Listen, pause it now. You hit a beat. You can't put that on the podcast. You hear what I'm saying? And not for the world. Not for the world. So I just pause the podcast right now. You're getting the behind the scenes stuff. You see what I'm saying? So this is going to be to my YouTube people. You know what I'm saying? Or possibly my people who come to JKrewe website. So you're going to get the behind the scenes stuff. You finna get my homie changing out the battery and everything. You know what I'm saying? Podcast people ain't going to get that. We ain't playing that game. We ain't going to play that game with my people. You know what I'm saying? So we going to chill for a minute. You finna see this. You may not. You know what I'm saying? You may not. I might pause on you too. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it 100 anyway. I'm going to pause on you. You're going to come back, but I'm pausing. All right, so listen.
You can come over some.
Yeah, you can come over somewhere. Okay, so listen, we had to change rooms, man. We had to change the room for the beat, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But listen.
Beep ain't cool.
It ain't cool, man. We putting out this podcast. So we got about 3 beeps in the podcast from now. We gonna start where we left off. All right, let's go. All right, so we've made it clear now that, man, we have to have transparency. You can't really play these games as far as you just want to be aware more. Let me rephrase that. You just want to be aware of who you're allowing in certain spaces and who you going close to. Here's my question to that, especially when you're protecting your integrity, even if it's from a worse work situation. How do you guard that? Like, cause I know a lot of people, they'll be, when I usually talk to men, they'll be like, yo, it didn't start off a certain way, now it's a certain way. How do you guard that? How do you defend yourself from becoming vulnerable to someone who you're working 40 plus hours? You're seeing this person for 40 hours a week. Sometimes that's more than your spouse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So how do you defend being vulnerable, not revealing your personal life, creating boundaries? How do you defend that, or do you defend that? And I have a follow-up question after y'all come with that.
Well, like I told y'all, I'm not in one store for 8 hours.
Right.
So I mean, if I'm talking
to somebody, you good.
So if I'm talking to somebody, it's only for a couple of minutes and then I'm gone. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, as a man though, you know, I just try to make sure that I'm alert to that. I mean, I'm alert to a person probably having feelings. Yeah. Or me even being like, she's attractive.
Let me ask you a question, because your situation is different from a work standpoint. So let's take it to church. Okay. Let's take it to a place where you are, you do see individuals. You have to work in a tight-knit circle. Especially when it comes to church in a black atmosphere, there's more women than men. Mm-hmm. And you're in a position of leadership where you're over not just men, women, where you have to communicate with women. How do you ensure that you're protecting your integrity as well as theirs?
I like the good thing about that is some of them husband also are in the ministry with me, so I can go through the husband, even though they're like you can text me directly. Yeah. Me, I don't like to text women, period. Yeah. Especially when when we in ministry, not because I feel like they are attracted to me, but especially if they're married. Man, you're married, so I would rather go through your husband than to.
What if that's not the case then?
Then I tell my wife that I gotta text this person.
Okay.
I tell her, and so
accountability.
Right. Because, we do have some that aren't married and they're single, and you have to converse with them. Right. So when I have to converse with them, I let my wife know that I had to converse with this person, or I had a conversation with this person. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And my wife have all my passwords and codes to my phone, so even if she want to go through them, she can. So
Yeah.
I kind of make sure that I'm open and I ain't hiding anything.
Right.
Come down and stuff like that.
Okay, I feel that.
You know
My
what
wife
I'm
don't got my code.
my wife got everything. See, let me tell you something, brother.
Your wife got your code?
Yeah, she know my code.
All up?
Yeah.
Phone?
Yeah, she
Man,
know
I
my
feel
code.
bad.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. My wife has access to everything. So if I mess up, she could crumble me. She could crumble me bad, bad.
My wife, I mean, I can't.
So yeah,
I can't say that. I can't say like. I don't. I know. I haven't even thought on that level. Like, here is my codes. So if I do something, you know what I'm saying, you can see it. I don't even think that way because I don't think the way to do anything. But I'm also very transparent too. Like, if I was attracted to someone, I would tell my wife, like, listen, there is a person and I'm attracted to. Now she will go off. But I would be honest. I mean, that's just the way I am. Like, if and I know, listen, use wisdom with that. You know what I'm saying? Use wisdom. Know your spouse. But I'll be honest, if I'm working with someone for 40 hours plus, or if I'm at church and I'm working with someone that I'm extremely attracted to, I will let my wife know so she can intervene between that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you have to be that transparent. And you have to make sure that your spouse is mature enough to handle it. Now, I can't say my wife is mature enough to handle it all the time. Because sometimes my wife is she can get ratchet at times. And I love that about her. And I love the fact that she goes that hard for me. That's not a bad thing. But I to be honest with you, I am transparent about, hey, there's an attraction there, babe. However, so I think here are my safeguards. So I do accountability like you. I'm very transparent, and I also inform her these are how I'm handling to not put myself in that situation. So if it is from a church standpoint, and it hasn't been, but if it is from a church standpoint, I'll be like, okay, first and foremost, my wife will peep it before I peep it. She's very good with her discernment game. So my wife's discernment game will be, hey, that person's into you. And I've learned to trust her discernment and not look at it as just jealousy. Because a lot of brothers be like, oh, you just jealous. You just insecure. No, sometimes they be on their game. You know what I'm saying? So I'll look at it and be like, hey, okay, here's my safeguards from that now. Because it's been too many times where I have played, you're insecure game with my wife. I had to learn now. I had to learn. So I had to play. I used to say, hey, you're just insecure. This is early in the marriage. I'm almost 9 years deep in. So early in the marriage, to be like, you just insecure. And she'd be on point. Even before the marriage. It was this young lady who liked me. Misha was my girlfriend at the time. And Misha was like, hey, that girl likes you. I was like, nah, this girl done told me she don't like me. Ain't nothing happening there. You just tripping. You tripping. The girl ended up coming up and be like, I like you. I've been liked you. And I ended up telling Misha. Misha like, oh, really, huh? So her discern game bent on it, you know? So whenever she speaks about attraction, I listen at this point. I'm not foolish. So at that point, I'm already establishing boundaries that need to be addressed. And I also tell Misha, hey, you need to address this person because I'm in leadership. Hey, you need to address this person because she's in leadership as well. You need to address this person, communicate to them. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, it takes me out of the equation and it takes drama and possible foolishness away as well. You know, I really believe that when it comes to church, now I really believe that, you know, we can make it awkward at times, but I think I'd rather be awkward than looked at as having my integrity and my family and my, you know what I'm saying, the black eye of doing something I shouldn't have done. I'd rather it be awkward with people, because we've had a conversation where a chick was like, it's so awkward that some men don't want to talk to you in church, and some are extremely friendly, some are extremely backed off. And I was like, I am the back off guy. I am the back off guy, because I'd rather be the person that backs off and make sure that I'm treating you with honor and integrity than the person that come close and don't know your situation. And because of I don't know your situation, I don't know what makes, what you're comfortable with, being that person, and it makes you uncomfortable, and you think something about me, even though I don't care about your opinion. But if I can remove offense or not be in offense or cause you to stumble in any way, I will take that side. Always. So if I can remove issues or potential issues from it happening, and all I gotta do is just shut my mouth up to do that, and just say, hey, hi, God bless you, and keep it moving, I'm gonna say, hey, hi, God bless you, and keep it moving 10 out of 10 times.
And you're nice. You're a nice guy at church. See, for me, I don't come off nice, so a lot of people are, they kind of don't come to me. That mixed with me always showing affection to my wife when I see her at church. I do it all the time. I'm gonna hug her, kiss her. I'm gonna go and address her. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. We do that anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm putting on. That's what I do anyway. But I'm just, always also solidifying that this is a relationship. This is a good relationship, and this is where we at.
Yeah.
It kind of see, they be like, oh, okay, they married.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people will be married and then they can see the discourse in the relationship. They're like, oh, okay, I see it's a little shaky right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like you say, it could be something that was innocent and become something dangerous. So I kind of just make sure that. And also, I'm gonna say this: my wife do the same thing. My wife been doing it, but my wife, I always knew that she wasn't.
You talking about
jealous.
discernment, way?
Right.
Yeah.
But I knew she wasn't jealous.
Yeah.
Like she showed me how she wasn't jealous. Like she came up when I was talking to a female and she was like, "How you doing?" Now the girl walked away and she was like, "What she walked away for?" Like, I ain't saying nothing but hey.
Yeah.
So what you walk away for? So like, my wife never was like that. Like she never, if she gonna do anything, she gonna check me, and not in front of everybody, away so nobody can see me. You know what I'm saying? But she'll never like let nobody see her shaking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
the thing with me too with cheating, if you go to the root of it, cheating is very selfish, right? Because you want to get some needs met.
Yeah.
But you don't have that communication with your partner about what those needs need to be. So when you have that open line of communication, like you said, you listen to your wife when she say this chick is feeling you, and when she's not, the same thing goes. But what you want out of the relationship, and vice versa. You're in a position of when you're a husband and a wife, it's not a selfish spot, but it have to be in a position to serve them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not looking at my wife to do something to get something from my wife. Like, I'm doing something strictly out of love to elevate her, right? So I'm not doing it from a selfish posture. And I think that's when a lot of cheating and a lot of things can get in, the enemy can get in your mind, is because you're looking at me, I want this and I want that. You know what I'm saying? And then for me, when it comes to the other thing with the church too, I don't want nobody to disrespect me in that way or hitting on my wife.
right.
So I wouldn't do it to nobody else's wife, because I had a situation. Me and Bemmer talked about this the other day at one of my old churches when it was the musician hit on my wife 2 times. I told him the first time it's cool, you get a pass. Second time, now you gotta catch these hands. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and that's the way I am. I feel like if somebody do that to me, it's just gonna be it's not gonna be good. So I don't want to put anybody in that situation of disrespect.
Misha the same way. Misha, if she, Misha, she don't play disrespect. Man, woman, dog, insect,
right.
whatever it may be, she does not play disrespect. And I think that those lines can be crossed as far as being disrespectful, especially in that situation. A musician, yeah, I don't play disrespect either. The first time I'd have said something though, I'm pretty sure you did.
You see, this is a crazy thing too, because was at it's a family church, Old Baptist Family Church. My dad was an associate pastor, so I'm gonna talk to my dad about it, right? And so he brought it up to the pastor.
Yeah.
This is what the pastor's gonna say. This is gonna trip you out. Well, she shouldn't be rehearsing with him. You know the director, like, you know what I'm saying? They was doing a music for church, so her and her sisters went over, you know, to make sure they stuff was right for when they did they songs for church. And that's when he made the second pass. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it ain't gonna happen, Captain.
My God.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, well, you know, I told you I got an inner auxiliary.
Yeah.
This nigga was in there and I was in there too. Yeah. You see her? Yeah, she with me.
Yeah.
Move around.
That boy said I'ma sing too, man.
Yeah, I was in there. Hey,
bass.
I have my hands up and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here on that side right there. Put me in the top.
That boy said he gonna sing tenor with her.
You know what I'm saying?
You singing soprano, I'ma sing soprano.
Me. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I was in there, boy.
Man, that boy was a...
boy. Yeah, ask somebody.
Next time you rehearse with anybody.
Man, if you don't leave with nothing else, you need to leave with Bemmer don't play about you either. But Bemmer say you want them codes, you got them codes. Listen, I'm in that choir singing too.
Getting it done.
They were like, you sing too? Nah, but I'm in here though. I sing to the Lord.
Give me my gown. Give me my gown. Give me my gown. Man, boy.
Shoot. You better go check Facebook. I got pictures and everything. Yeah. All those Southern Cappers singing. Ain't sing a lick. You hear me?
The boy said he wasn't playing, man. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
That's some dedication though, bro.
Oh, that is, boy. That is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He ain't playing no games. That boy say he going in the choir stand with you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen. I ain't no. I gotta. You know what I'm saying? I gotta redefine my dedication, bro.
That's my game, bro.
That's all that mean, bro. I gotta redefine my dedication to my wife. That boy, give me some singing.
Yeah,
That's all that mean. I'm somewhere, I've lost that dedication, dog. So I gotta get mine right. So we have determined in this situation that in order to protect your integrity, what you want to do is first establish boundaries, right? Mm-hmm. Also, be transparent. Whether it's passcodes, whether it's communicating, interests that you may have or may be having, right? Or they may have on you. You also want to communicate, which is important. Communication is always important. And always discern, right? Mm-hmm. So discerning situations, discerning who to speak to, who to communicate with, who to open up with. Because there will be moments of vulnerabilities if you're in the work atmosphere or the church atmosphere. I don't care which one you are in. Mm-hmm. There will be moments of vulnerability, but you need to identify who you're going to be vulnerable with. You know? Okay, man, that's good. That's good. Anything else you want to let them know?
I would just say, man, you know, even with us though, having friends that you can talk to, that can check
community
you.
care support.
Yeah,
Critical.
you need that because I think some people don't legit have that.
Yeah.
Especially when you in like the pastoral position, some people be trying to get close to you because they want the clout.
Yeah.
And not really caring about the person. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So when you find people that really legit care about you and that you can, come to and they can also check you when you kind of slipping,
Yeah.
you need that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, I know I need it.
I agree with that. That's critical, and I think a lot of, especially men, they don't have those level of accountabilities, right? Where we can go to a brother and be like, yo, because I know me personally, y'all know I've already listen, bro, man, make sure I'm accountable, man. This over here may be an issue. Make sure that I'm keeping my focus. You know what I'm saying? So accountability is critical. It is needed, especially from community care. You need brothers that are gonna hold you accountable in every aspect of your life. Like not just temptations, but every aspect of your life. Accountability is crucial. We don't like accountability in church no more. We just want to do what we want to do and just race that thing out. You know what I'm saying?
And bro, just seeing it, man. I've seen, like people legit, you like really Jones, and I'm like, you, and it ain't like you just meeting this person,
Yeah.
like you really so you really trying to shoot that kite. Come on, man, we're not finna do this. You know what I'm saying?
I got a follow-up question to that. So, can a man and a woman truly be friends?
Yes. So I can vouch for that. I can attest for that. Absolutely 100%. Absolutely 100%. However, boundaries have to be established early. And I think both parties have to be like-minded in that. Right. So yes, you can have platonic relationship with a man and woman, but you have to be like-minded and you have to establish your boundaries early. Because again, friendship will cause walls and vulnerability. And in moments of vulnerability, intimacy can happen. Don't be foolish and think they can't happen. Absolutely it can. But you need to form boundaries. You need to sit down with that individual or phone, whatever you're doing, and say, listen, I am focused on keeping you as a sister or vice versa as a brother. And in order to do that, I will stop talking to you. You would just think I'm the worst person in the world. I will stop communication in all forms and possibilities to stay in a position of integrity and honor for you and for me and our families. Like you have to keep it real with the person that you're communicating with. If they're going to be a friend, you got to keep it real. You got to be like, listen, if there is some attraction here, listen, the enemy is slick. He will use anything. He will use this relationship in the most purest form that we have to cause us to stumble. So I will cut cords at all costs to stay in a position of integrity and honor for you.
Definitely. I'm just ain't gonna do it, bro.
Look, you see, this is the thing. Like most of the women that I'm cool
But I ain't even playing that game.
the ones I'm cool with, I'm friends with.
My wife's friends with.
Yeah, she's friends with. And if she's not friends with them now, like now, I know it's a few, females that I'm cool with, but I'm gonna run them names by Shanika. So, I may text this person, I talk to this person a lot because I have to, but they're cool. But if she be like, nah, dick, can't make sure that's just business and keep moving, then I'm gonna be alert on that. I'm gonna be like, all right.
That's real. That's
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be okay, cool. Because like you said, like how your wife feels, like my wife's discernment has, like, is never been from a place of I'm jealous of her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always been like, nah, like she'll play. She'll be like, I see your little girlfriend over there. She'll do something like that. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, man, you playing. But you know what I'm saying? That's how she kind of let you know. Mm-hmm. And if she sense that it's somebody that's like,
yeah, she know.
Shit, I done seen her before, man. I was just speaking like the chick was just speaking. I don't really know her, but obviously Shanika must have felt some type of way and whooped right around. Hey, and I'm his wife. How you doing? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, well,
that's it.
yeah, you caught that cut. That's on you, baby. I'm over here talking to the homies. I don't even know you.
Oh man, I love it. Okay, so you saying, listen, I ain't playing that game.
Nah, bro, I ain't even gonna put myself in this situation for nothing that can happen. Like I said, especially if you build those intimate relations with another female, it's just bad business. So I ain't even gonna put myself out there. I ain't even gonna do it.
I can feel that. I can understand.
And listen, man, we can't.
They gotta be boundaries.
Right.
Definitely.
We also can't, put it all on females, man. Some guys like you said, you know what I'm saying. Some guys are just predators.
Yeah, man.
And they like, you know what I'm saying.
They'll sis you up and down. They'll be, oh, they're my sis. They're my sis. The whole time
they make me feel bad.
Jumping in bed, man.
I'm like, man, I really be calling her sis.
They be, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even call her sis no more. I'm like, sister in Christ.
Yeah. So these cats be sissing down. And next thing you know, slaughter them girls in the bedroom, bro. Y'all cold blooded, bro. Trying to sis them down.
But that lets you know how, you have to be intentional about your integrity. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? You have to be, and that's for both sides. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? The females, they have to be intentional, and the males have to be intentional about their integrity.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And creating boundaries, because also, we're working hard to create boundaries, but the females should be also trying to create boundaries, especially when you're knowing that you may be having feelings for a guy who is married. If you're having feelings, then you need to be like, okay, at least, I don't know if you want to let them know because you don't know what type of dude he is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
or what type of relationship.
Yeah, right. So, I would say, for the females that's listening or watching, find you somebody that you can find to hold you accountable also, so that they can give you some wise counsel.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's real talk. And vice versa, man, need that as well.
Yes.
Vice versa.
Yes.
Man, listen. This has been the first episode of the Avengers, man. We assemble. We out. Peace. Stopping you right now.